to finding myself through obesity. I am still on a high from the retreat. I had the most amazing weekend, and I knew that I would. I knew that I would because the facilitators are all about love and having fun. And it's a totally different environment than we are all used to. And I love how they have these gifts and the ability to create a space to help us all see ourselves in a new light and see each other in a new light. One of the things that I love about the retreat is they create the safe space to just be you. And I feel like the retreat helps us discover who we really are because they do a lot of play and a lot of things that get you out of your comfort zone. And then we also watch other people, share their life stories. And it is so incredible to see what everybody has been through. We are all on this amazing journey and none of us have the exact same experience. And so we are able to really bond with each other for 3 nights and become best friends with these total strangers. And one of the things that I thought was amazing is at the very end, a lot of us have this fear of what happens now. I feel so happy and I feel like I am more me than I have felt in a long time. And how do I continue being true to myself and not letting all of the outward influences change me into being scared and in my stories and in my ego? I love how my mentor Angel talked about this is just a home. Like we're in this beautiful home in Zion, but it's just a home. And the reason why we felt love, we felt ourselves is because we allowed it to happen. So you don't have to let down your walls. You can have your walls up and you can have a closed off experience if you want to. Or you can open your heart and you can play and you can see what else is possible for you. And whatever you put out into the experience, you will get back tenfold. And my mentor was talking about how that's the same thing when you get home. It's harder because you're in a different environment and you're kind of going against the grain. But I think what I love the most about the retreats is it's helping us tune into our heart and our soul so that we are motivated by love and not fear. And I'm noticing as I'm doing all of this work that I'm being more aware of my thoughts. They still will come in. Like I had a story come in when I was at the retreat. There was a lady there that was incredibly strong, and I looked at her and I made a judgment. I said to myself, that lady probably has no respect for me, because in my mind, really fit people don't have respect for fat people. And I didn't really connect with her, and I remember seeing her upstairs and saying hi to her, and I wanted to connect with her, and she shared that she had lost 150 pounds or 200 pounds. I can't remember. She shared that she had lost a bunch of weight, and I realized that I made this whole story up that wasn't even true. And then it makes me think about, where else am I doing that? Where else am I making up some kind of a story that keeps me from connecting from somebody amazing because of a story that I'm telling myself? How many times is that story not even true? Because I could have lost out on being close with this wonderful woman because of that judgment. And I felt like she was judging me when she wasn't even judging me. I was judging myself. I just thought that was a really cool experience. It taught me a lot in that moment. I had a couple more experiences. One was that I was able to share the song that I wrote, and I'm going to be doing an episode about it in the next couple of weeks, sharing this song called Hiding from God. It was the first time that I performed it in a group of people, and I just had this feeling inside of me. It was time for me to share this song. And so I raised my hand and I said, I just feel like I need to share my song. And so I stood up there and I shared the song. And after I was done, everybody was crying and they all swooped up and hugged me in this big group hug. And they just embraced me, and I could hear people sniffling and crying. And we just had this beautiful moment, and I couldn't believe how this song that I wrote could touch so many people. And everyone said, you've got to get this out there. And they understood the song, and it was so amazing. And I felt so seen and so loved and so supported. And then I went and sat down, and my stories came into my mind, and I had this huge lump right here in my chest and it was hard to breathe in deep, and it wouldn't go away. And so I went to Cammie and Shelby, and I asked them to help me. What they do is they help us identify, tune into our senses. So what does it feel like? What is it trying to tell you? So when you have like a pain in your body, there is something that maybe you can learn from that. And so they helped me process this. And I felt shame for saying, hey, I want to share my song that I wrote. I felt shame because who does that? In my story, it was like, who volunteers themselves to sing a song? I don't even know if that makes sense to you. I was telling myself a story that I was bragging by sharing this song. And so that's what that pain represented. And Cammie and Shelby were able to help me move through that moment. And I came to the conclusion that I've always been a big personality. I've always loved to be the center of attention. And I've judged that. Like, there's something wrong with wanting to be in the center. And maybe there isn't. As long as my motivations are coming from love, that it's okay if that's what my soul is saying. I want to share this with you, and I'm not afraid of performing, and I'm not afraid of being in front of everybody and sharing my heart, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. So it's another experience that I was able to see myself and learn from it, and see that the thing that I was telling myself was not true, and that bringing awareness to that and paying attention to that pain in my chest, and being able to cry and being able to see what the little girl inside of me is needing, I was able to let that go. And so I want to be in the center, and even saying that brings shame for me right now, saying I want to be the center of attention. And I just noticed that shame that's coming in right now. Who wants to be the center of attention? So I'm just loving that part of me right now. I am taking a minute to love that part of me and breathe through that. So obviously I still have some issues around that, but it's okay. I am learning. I'm still learning. And the last thing that I wanted to share about it is that we had this dance party the last night, and I had such a blast. And I'm the heaviest one there, but I love dancing and moving my body. And we had music blasting and we were dancing, and I felt so amazing. And I realized how much I love dancing. Like, that is my exercise of choice. I danced the whole time, didn't sit down at all. And I wanted to. It wasn't like I had to push myself. I wanted to dance, and it made me feel alive. And what came through in that moment was that I imagined all of these other ladies who are able to dance freely, go down lower, get up and move their body the way that they want to. I was imagining each of them having 100 or 150 pounds on a backpack, and how much that would limit them and the way they move and the way they dance. And I'm thinking, this is what I'm carrying on my body every single day. Every day that I go up the stairs, every day that I get out of bed, every day that I try to get out of the couch. It's so difficult. And so I was so grateful, because last time at my last retreat, I did have shame around my body. This retreat, it was a lot less. I had more acceptance of my body, but I had a new awareness of, wow, I want to dance and I want to be free. I want to be able to move my body the way that I want to move, and I don't want to be held back anymore by this big body. And so it's something that I want to keep reminding myself of, not out of shame, not out of expectation, but out of freedom. And man, this was such a beautiful experience. I want every single person to feel this, to be in this space, also learning from other people, hearing their experiences, and being able to celebrate other people for their beliefs. They respect me for my beliefs. I respect them for their beliefs. And the thing we are celebrating in these retreats is that you are doing what you want to do because your heart and your soul and your body feel it's right and it's true, and you're doing what you believe in. And I think that is the most important thing above anything. Instead of saying, I am doing it the right way and everyone should do it my way, How about I say, I want to make choices according to my truth, and I want to celebrate you for making choices according to your truth. We can love each other no matter what, and we can embrace each other's differences and learn from each other. And I want to thank every single woman who was at the retreat this time and also last time. I'm learning so much about myself and about other people. I'm learning more about love and acceptance. The next retreat I'm going to is going to be in Hawaii in July. So I'm really excited for that. It's going to be longer, and I'm going to be in a brand new place. I've never been to Hawaii, and I know it's going to be incredible. I think there's a couple of spots left if you are interested in that and you want to come on these experiences and learn and grow, learn about yourself, learn about who you are, and be more of your true self. Come home to yourself. A lot of us don't even know who we really are. All we know is the person that we have felt that we are expected to become. A lot of us don't even ask ourselves who we want to be or who we are. What does our soul long for? And start listening to that. Let go of the expectations. Let go of the stories that everybody told you that you should be. And start listening to yourself. Does this feel good? Does it not feel good? Does this feel right? Does it feel wrong? Like, what does your body say? And start listening to that and getting more of a feel of what is true to you. I hope you all have the most amazing week. Please like this, subscribe, leave a review, share it with somebody. And thank you for being here, supporting me, and loving me through this journey. See you guys next week.